Today's news highlights 20251015. Date October 15, 2025. Republic of China October 15, 114. Time cutoff point, 1500 hours on the same day. Source, Internet, major news media and channels, official accounts, app data. The channel content is only concise news content and does not have any perception or emotion. News highlights. Nutritionist Wang Zhenggui pointed out that oats are rich in beta-polyglucose, which can lower bad cholesterol, stabilize blood sugar, and promote gut health. Its high fiber can aid digestion and prolong satiety, while magnesium and zinc help stabilize nerves and reduce stress. It is recommended to choose prototype oats, avoid sugary products, and consume about 35 to 45 grams each time, with the best balance of protein, vegetables, and fruits. News highlights. The CCP once again restricted the export of 5 rare earth metals, totaling 12 types, and the outside world is worried about the impact on Taiwan's technology industry. Minister of Economic Affairs Gong Mingzhen said that the rare earths required for semiconductors have not been affected and have little impact, and the government will promote recycling and refining technology. However, magnets for electric vehicles and drones may be affected. Minister of the Environment Peng Kaiming emphasized that a national team of rare precious metals will be formed to strengthen independent supply chains. US-China trade tensions are heating up, but analysts point out that the probability of a full-scale tariff is not high, and the two sides may still resolve it through negotiations. News highlights. Professor Yang Weixun of National Taiwan University Hospital pointed out that type 2 diabetes is not the point of no return for lifelong medication. If you successfully lose more than 10% of your weight in the early stages when islet cells are still functioning, you have a chance to reverse the disease and get rid of drugs. Both new drugs and metabolic surgery can help achieve significant weight loss, improve blood sugar, blood pressure, and blood lipids, and reduce cardiovascular and cancer risks. However, if you gain weight again, your blood sugar may still rise again. News highlights. The Dutch government has frozen the control of Nexperia, a Dutch subsidiary of China's Wingtech technology, for 1 year on the grounds of national security to prevent technology from flowing out to China. Analysts pointed out that this move reflects the same position between Europe and the United States in dealing with the CCP's technological threats. Nexperia is an important chip manufacturer in the European automotive supply chain, and Wingtech's stock price fell to the limit upon hearing the news. Experts believe that the Netherlands' move takes into account both legal and national security considerations, symbolizing the West's joint efforts to prevent the CCP's technological expansion. News highlights. Functional medicine physician Su Jiashan pointed out that histamine intolerance can cause allergy-like symptoms, such as nasal congestion, itchy skin, migraines, and insomnia. Eat less high histamine foods such as red wine, kimchi, cheese, chocolate and overnight dishes. It can be confirmed by observing or testing DAO enzymes through food avoidance. Treatment focuses on adjusting diet, supplementing enzymes and vitamin C, and rebuilding gut health to improve physical fitness. News highlights. The Controller's Office announced that in the first 8 months of this year, the average recurring salary of employees in the industrial and service industries reached 47,709 yuan, an increase of 2.98% year-on-year, the largest increase in the same period in 25 years, and the real wage growth also reached a new high in recent years. AI-related industries have led to a surge in overtime working hours in the manufacturing industry, with the electronic components industry reaching 29.6 hours, a 45-year high. Traditional industries are affected by tariffs and the economy, with both working hours and the number of employees decreasing, and the industry differentiation is obvious. News highlights. Habits play an important role in life, and a good habit once a week can significantly improve your life. 5 habits are recommended: weekly date nights to enhance couple relationships, weekly meal preparation to ensure your family eats healthy and saves time, visit relatives regularly to maintain family ties, review your plan weekly to prepare for the new week, Sabbath rest and reflection to reset the body, mind, and soul. Adhering to these habits can accumulate long-term positive effects. News highlights. Dragon fruit is rich in water, dietary fiber, and the antioxidant beta-lane, which can fight inflammation, fight free radicals, and slow down aging. Beta-lane is concentrated in the pink inner layer of the pulp near the peel, so it is most nutritious to retain the inner skin when peeling. You can choose red flesh fruit, beat it into juice, scrape off the inner skin or add the peel to vegetables, such as dried fruit, pancakes, or stir-fry, which can maximize nutrient absorption. News highlights. In addition to liver function problems, yellowing may also be due to excessive carotene intake, deficiency of qi and blood, or poor metabolic detoxification. Excessive carotene will deposit on the skin, and women are prone to insufficient qi and blood due to heavy menstruation or weak kidney qi. Improvement methods include a balanced diet, promoting metabolism, regular exercise, and work and rest, and eating blood-nourishing porridge or red date and black fungus dew to help nourish the blood, kidneys, and detoxify, and restore a healthy and rosy complexion. News highlights. In NVIDIA's latest list of power revolutions, Navitas Semiconductor has been commissioned by PSMC to manufacture gallium nitride chips and become a key supplier. This move allows PSMC to play an important role in AI server power management, supporting the high-voltage DC power supply of NVIDIA's Kyber system, and using GaN and SiC technology to meet power requirements of more than 200 kilowatts, and mass production is about to start. News highlights: Runtaxin, 9945, will acquire 30% of the shares of Runtai Innovation Development held by Mitsubishi Land for no more than 27.264 billion yuan, making it a 100% subsidiary, and the largest tenant of its Nangang Yuchun Plaza building is NVIDIA. The entire building is worth 200 billion yuan, and the entire building can be sold or partially sold in the future. On the same day, Runtaxin also obtained the Amiran Section Joint Construction Project in Songshan District, with a land area of 617 pings, and the investment amount of the construction project has yet to be evaluated. News highlights: JP Morgan Chase & Co. reported that Taiwan's GB series AI server shipments in the third quarter were slightly lower than expected, but after the GB300 was shipped in large quantities, shipments in the fourth quarter were estimated to increase by more than 60% quarter-on-quarter to 1.2 to 1.3 million containers. Among Taiwanese ODM factories, Honhai, Quanta, and Wyvern received a better than the market rating, while Wistron was neutral. Component manufacturer Delta is optimistic, with annual GB series shipments estimated to reach 2.5 to 3 million containers. News highlights: NVIDIA and MediaTek have collaborated to launch the world's smallest AI supercomputer, DGX Spark, priced at $3,999, equipped with 128 GB of memory and GB10 Grace Blackwell superchip, with a performance of 1 petaflop. DGX Spark is designed for AI developers, and the desktop can run 200 billion parameter models, and brands such as Acer, Asus, and Dell will be sold simultaneously, and the market will pay attention to shipment performance. News highlights: Compal used to focus on laptop OEM and missed out on AI server business opportunities. After Chairman Chen Rukong took office last year, he vigorously strengthened the team, poached senior executives in the industry, deployed 800 manpower, and successfully grabbed the Dell server foundry order within a year, and was supported by the board of directors to set up a factory in the United States, allowing Compal to be promoted from the last class of server foundry to a member of the mainstream AI supply chain. News highlights: A 34-year-old female flight attendant of EVA Air died after returning to Taiwan from Milan with illness, which aroused concern about the work rights of flight attendants. China Airlines was also revealed to have asked injured employees to go to work. China Airlines Human Resources issued an internal letter reminding employees to take leave if they are not well-fitting, emphasizing that supervisors and colleagues should take care of each other and jointly maintain a healthy and safe working environment. News highlights: Chen Durong has faded out of the entertainment industry in recent years and focused on China's development, and recently had a family dispute with his second sister over mother's care and real estate issues. The second sister took her elderly mother to the police to accuse someone of surveillance, which caused tension in the relationship between the three sisters, but the eldest sister and Chen's mother both denied the rumors of the incident. News highlights: A member of the 16th Coast Guard team surnamed Lin took paid sick leave until the end of the year due to mixed anxiety and depression adjustment disorder, accumulating more than 10 months, during which he received a monthly salary of 5.6 yuan and a year-end bonus. The media broke the news that he opened 2 seafood restaurants in Hsinchu during his vacation and operated a group buying group of 3,700 people, suspected of violating the part-time regulations for civil servants. The Coast Guard and the Hsinchu Prosecutor's Office have opened an investigation, emphasizing that they will not be lenient if they violate the law. News highlights: Before leaving office, former Miaoli County Mayor Su Yaokeng passed the development of 2 hot spring hotels in Taiyuan Township, Wen Shui Tang Yuan and Taiyuan Mountain and River Boundary, which triggered protests from the Yuan Dun tribe that the procedure was illegal. The investigation by the supervisory Yuan pointed out that the development project may damage the living environment of residents and involve illegal changes to river lines, and the mortgage loan is as high as 3.8 billion yuan after the land area is gathered to the legal threshold. The prosecution has obtained relevant information and interviewed the person in charge for investigation. News highlights: The former otaku god Chen Guangai showed off that her suitors were either rich or expensive, which caused netizens to criticize the princess disease. She clarified in the community and said that her thoughts were clear after seeking medical treatment, and she still frequently sent private messages or met with married male NTU alumni, and even wore light clothes late at night, which aroused the attention of alumni and netizens to her behavior and image changes. News highlights: On the eve of the Taipei main station holiday, a wanted man dragged a suspected drunk woman to the wall in public and violated her, and no one stopped her for 10 minutes until the foreign passenger called the police. The police quickly arrested the suspect and transferred him for investigation on charges of obstructing sexual autonomy, sexual intercourse, and public indecency. The incident has raised alarms, and the Iron Police have encrypted patrols to prevent similar cases. News highlights: The Criminal Bureau reported to the new Taipei District Prosecutor's Office in accordance with inciting others to commit crimes and intimidation endangering safety, and notified him to respond to the trial this afternoon, 15th. The curator later admitted that he would be investigated in accordance with the national security law and intimidation crimes, and asked live broadcast, Will everyone be happy if they are detained? It sparked heated discussions and ridiculous comments from netizens. News highlights. The latest 2025 Public Sentiment Trend Survey of Foresight pointed out that all 32 cases remained in office after the general recall, and the opposition between the Green camp and the Blue and White continued. Polls show that Liu Xiaoyan and Zhang Wanan's favorability has increased, while Li Qingde and Zhou Rongde have declined, reflecting that the people have reservations about their performance in power. Most people are concerned about strengthening national defense and balancing cross-strait exchanges, shaping a new consensus on Taiwan. News highlights driven by the policy of the Asian Investment Center. CTBC Bank has broken through with innovative services in family offices and capital markets, and has listed talent cultivation as its core competitiveness. CITIC has about 2,300 high-asset customers and nearly 2,400 billion yuan in assets under management, and continues to consolidate its leading position in the high-asset market through international layout and professional training. News highlights. According to a poll by the Kisi Minban Foundation, 75% of the public lacks confidence in the government negotiating tariff incentives with the United States, questioning the lack of transparency. 63% of the public is worried that TSMC's establishment of factories in the United States may lead to industrial migration and loss of core technologies, and only 23% regard it as a global layout. Overall, it reflects the public's high anxiety about economic and trade negotiations and industrial prospects. News highlights. Google announced the launch of the Gemini Student Free Plan, where students from Taiwanese colleges and universities can apply before December 9, 2025 and use Google AI Pro for free for 1 year. The plan provides a 2.5 Pro model, deep research, voice summarization, and 2 TB cloud space, with the original monthly fee of $19.99, saving about 7,200 yuan a year. Gemini is Google's multimodal AI system that integrates applications such as Search, Workspace, and Pixel. News highlights. Hu Guo and Ding Rowan have been rumored to have changed their marriage many times, and recently they were directly hit for having dinner with Ou Hansheng, and the interaction was intimate to break the rumors. In addition to serving as a cucumber agent, Ding Rowan also takes care of her daily life, helping to carry water bottles and hang ties, showing her care. After the meal, the two went to China TV for a meeting together, and then had dinner with OD in the evening, showing emotional stability and family harmony. News highlights. EVA Air flight attendant is suspected of passing away after returning to Taiwan due to illness, which has aroused social concern. The Dawin City Labor Inspection Office and the Ministry of Labor have intervened in the investigation. China Airlines immediately sent a letter to all employees, reminding them not to force themselves to go to work if they are not well-fitting, and emphasized that supervisors and colleagues should take care of each other and jointly create a safe and caring working environment. News highlights. On the afternoon of the 9th, an incident of obstructing autonomy occurred on the east side of the Taipei main station lobby. A woman was suspected of being drunk and unconscious and was pulled to the wall by a man and sexually assaulted. The police arrived at the scene to arrest the suspect and found him to be a wanted criminal, and then transferred him to the Taipei District Prosecutor's Office for investigation. News highlights. The DPP's layout for the 2026 local elections is gradually becoming clear, and party chairman Li Qingde went to Taichung on the 14th to hold a lunch meeting, setting the tone for legislator He Xingkun to compete for mayor of Taichung. During the meeting, issues such as the urban-rural gap, the plight of small and medium-sized enterprises, and local development were discussed. He Xingkun said that he will continue to listen to public opinion, translate it into action, and respect the official nomination process of the Central Party Department. News highlights. The countdown to the Kuomintang chairman election has begun, and Taipei Mayor Zhang Wannan publicly supported former Mayor Hao Longbin on the 15th, calling him a steady and pragmatic party chairman candidate, hoping to lead the Kuomintang to unite and move forward steadily from generation to generation. Hao Longbin thanked Zhang Wannan for his support, recalling that the two had been fighting side by side since 2015, emphasizing that they would unite the whole party with their original intention and determination to face the 2026 local elections and strive to return to the central government in 2028. News highlights. Recently, it was reported that she and her second sister had a dispute over her mother's care and real estate issues, and her second sister even took her mother to the police to accuse her of being monitored. Chen Durong's mother and eldest sister both denied the matter, and the mother emphasized that she remembered clearly, the property would not be sold, and she did not care about the distribution of the inheritance. News highlights. Uni President Pudding's newly launched Flip Pudding has been sold in limited quantities of 52 pieces at 7-Eleven in Taiwan since the 13th, triggering a rush to buy, and many people have gone to a few more stores but are still empty. Some netizens shared that they laughed for 5 minutes when they saw the physical pudding, which tasted similar to jelly. The nutritionist reminds that although the calories are similar to the original pudding, the sugar content is doubled, so it is recommended to pair it with fresh milk or matcha and eat it during the day to facilitate metabolism. News highlights. Singer Chen Lingju suspended his acting career for 5 months due to the desertion incident, during which he deleted all social posts and did not post new news. On the evening of the 14th, he suddenly released a trailer for his new song Deleted, which is suspected to be scheduled to make a comeback on October 17th. The seed music belongs to confirmed that Chen Lingju continues to create and will release music works one after another. Wu Jianqing will also cooperate with Power Train to release the single Survival Game as the theme song of TVBS annual drama. News highlights 51-year-old Kaiyan Yao goddess Chen Durong has gone to China for development in recent years, and there have been family disputes recently. According to reports, the third sister disagreed with her mother's care and real estate issues, and the second sister took her 81-year-old mother to the police, suspecting that her mother was being monitored, which caused dissatisfaction between the eldest sisters Chen Yarong and Chen Durong. In this regard, Chen's mother and eldest sister both denied the incident of calling the police, and the mother emphasized that the memory is clear, the property will not be sold, and she does not care about the distribution of inheritance, and the three sisters still take turns taking care of their mother. News highlights Chen Guanggai, one of the 5 girls of National Taiwan University, became popular because of the idol drama I May Not Love You and is known as Little Jo Woman, but there have been controversies in her private life recently. According to reports, she has privately messaged married National Taiwan University presidents or juniors many times, and even wore tulle pajamas to appointments late at night. News highlights the 37-year-old Chinese actor Yu Hao mysteriously fell to his death on the 11th of last month, and the case is full of doubts. Recently, it was rumored on the internet that the Bulgari Hotel in Beijing, where he entered and exited during his lifetime, is suspected of having an undisclosed underground passage with the 798 Art Museum and the slaughterhouse, and the hotel surveillance camera is suspected to have been emptied and the ground cleaned for 3 days. Through the drone shooting channel, netizens found dim and damp pictures and suspected hazy shirt cufflinks, which attracted public attention and negative reviews from the hotel, but the hotel has not yet responded. News highlights Hong Kong film and television tycoon Xiang Huaqiang's wife Xiang Tai Chen Lan revealed his helplessness and regret for his youngest son Xiang Yu late at night on the 13th. She admitted that Xiang Yu has been rebellious since childhood, lost control of his emotions and even beat people, and has failed to start a business many times. Xiang Tai reflected on the fact that excessive pampering and too much money promote indulgence, and advised parents not to repeat the mistakes of the past, and to give their children appropriate resources to make themselves self-reliant, and she herself only realized this lesson in her 50s. News highlights Taiwan's short video event Golden Engraving Awards came to a successful conclusion on the 13th, attracting more than 2,000 entries to participate, bringing together creators and celebrities such as Cao Nixon, Huang Kuolun, Guoji, etc. Cao Nixon was invited to serve as a forum lecturer to share the couple's experience of running short video accounts, emphasizing that the 16-year marriage relies on healthy competition and faith to resolve conflicts, compare video traffic with each other every day, and seek God's ruling through prayer and reading the Bible in case of disputes. News highlights after mainland actor Yu Hazy fell to his death from a building in early September, singer Fan Shaki was accused by netizens of being involved in the case, and once posted on the community "That's right, I killed Yu Hazy," although it was deleted within 10 minutes. It was still screenshot and went viral. The Mid-Autumn Festival post sharing mooncake photos was also criticized by netizens, and the messages were fiercely attacked. Recently, Fan Shaki appeared at the airport, looking tense and refusing to take pictures, which is very different from his previous generous image. News highlights 51-year-old local drama actor Hong Mao, Wu Yuan, suddenly suffered from explosive hepatitis and cholecystitis at the end of last month due to accidental ingestion of stale food, and his liver index soared above 8,000. He reported to his fans that he was safe, reminding everyone to pay attention to rest and eat healthily, and fans also left messages to cheer him up and wish him a speedy recovery. News highlights Qatar has become a key player in the Middle East with its rich energy resources, sovereign funds, and diversified diplomatic strategies. On September 9 this year, Israeli airstrikes on Doha targeted senior Hamas officials, killing at least 6 people and shocking the world. Trump spoke with Qatari Prime Minister Mohammed on September 29 and promised to provide security guarantees, but because it was an executive order, there was still uncertainty. Trump denied acquiescence, saying that the action was Israel's own decision. News highlights the Ministry of National Defense purchased 8 supporting equipment including the TS-112 Red Dot scope for 2,827,097,900 yuan, and fulfilled the contract until the end of 2029, with 8.6 T112 rifles replaced, which is expected to improve the shooting response and accuracy of officers and soldiers, and gradually replace the old with the new. News highlights the Focus interview program of the Chinese Communist Party's official media CCTV was publicly accused by the Xiamen Public Security and read out the slogan "Kill the Communist Bandits" on August 15 in the game, which aroused the attention and doubts of Chinese audiences. The game team responded that CCTV's move instead conveyed the game message to the general public, and both parties completed their missions. News highlights during the National Day holiday, a sexual assault case occurred at Taipei Main Station, and a man forcibly dragged a suspected drunk woman to the wall and molested her for about 10 minutes in full view. News highlights the U.S. Department of Justice seized 12.7 bitcoins, about $150 billion, obtained from the pig slaughter play fraud obtained by Chen Ji, the founder of Prince Holding Group in Cambodia, and prosecuted him for cross-border money laundering, fraud and human trafficking. The U.S. Treasury Department simultaneously sanctioned 146 targets of the group, including 3 Taiwanese and 9 companies in Taiwan. News highlights: the Dodgers defeated the Brewers 5-1 on the road in the National League Championship Game G2 to take a 2-0 lead in the series. Japanese pitcher Yoshinobu Yamamoto pitched 9 innings and allowed only 1 run, soaring 6K to win the first complete game of the playoffs. Shohei Ohtani scored with a timely hit and RBI in the 7th inning. Teammates Hernandez, Patches, and Marnsey contributed home runs, and Edelman hit a timely hit to help the Dodgers win with 10 hits in the game. News highlights: Israel and Hamas reached a ceasefire agreement, and NVIDIA Israeli engineer Or, who was imprisoned for 738 days, was finally released and escorted home by the Red Cross. NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang sent a letter to employees around the world, excitedly announcing the news and thanking Or's mother for her perseverance and team support. He hopes that this ceasefire will be the starting point for regional recovery, emphasizing the importance of peace and humanitarian care. News highlights: starting from May next year, the new system of renewal of licenses for the elderly will be launched, and seniors over 70 years old can enjoy a 50% rebate on T-Pass public transportation if they voluntarily return their driver's licenses, with a monthly limit of 1,500 yuan and a maximum of 3.6 yuan for 2 years. If you use a senior card or social welfare card, you can take Taiwan Railways, buses, MRT, and specific taxis. If the license is re-examined, the subsidy will be cancelled, and each person will be limited to receiving it once, and it is estimated that 208 elderly people in Taiwan will benefit. News highlights: Xiao S suspended her work due to the sudden death of her sister Da S, but she was once again shortlisted for the Golden Bell Award for Host Award with Miss Buxidai, which deeply inspired her, and she will attend the ceremony and present the award together with Cai Kong Yang to recreate the Kangxi group. Recently, she was photographed going out to watch a movie with her second daughter Lily and her suspected boyfriend, with a good complexion and stable condition, and it is expected that she will appear brightly on the day of the Golden Bell Awards. News highlights: recently, a fraud group impersonated the official IPASS money and sent fake emails or text messages in the name of confirmation information and abnormal accounts to trick users into entering personal information and banking information, resulting in many people being stolen up to tens of thousands of yuan. All-in-one card reminds that the official website is ipass.com.tw, and other links are fraudulent. Do not click or provide verification codes, and you should immediately verify or report to the police if you receive suspected fraudulent messages. News highlights: a 74-year-old man in India, Taman, married a 24-year-old woman Sheila, because of the 50-year difference in the dowry of 3 billion rupiah, about NT $556, which sparked heated discussions. However, after the wedding, the check was revealed to be a forged document, and the police have intervened in the investigation. Taman was also doxxed and was imprisoned for 2 years for fraud, and the wedding was exposed and caused social controversy again. News highlights: a serious sexual assault case occurred at Taipei Main Station on the 9th, and when the 44-year-old wanted criminal Chiu Shengming was drinking with a homeless person, he saw a foreign woman drunk and dragged her to the wall and sexually assaulted her for about 10 minutes before escaping. The police reviewed the surveillance camera and quickly arrested the person. Chiu Nan had a number of previous theft convictions, was wanted for refusing to do so, and now he was sent to the police for sexual intercourse and public indecency again. News highlights: Chinese actor Yu Hao fell to his death on September 11th, and the police set the tone as a drinking accident, but online public opinion is still unfair. Recently, some netizens broke the news that Beijing's 798 Art Museum is suspected to have been the place where he was imprisoned during his lifetime, and the exhibits in the museum also include costumes similar to him and suspected dried corpse specimens, which shocked fans. Yu Hao visited the art district many times during his lifetime and planned to hold a solo exhibition. News highlights: a kindergarten and childcare center in Zhubei, Hsinchu, which focuses on being close to nature, had a drowning accident with a 1.5-year-old baby girl on the 8th. The baby girl is suspected of falling into the water while lying on the edge of the ecological pool only 20 centimeters deep, and although the fence is set up, the protection is insufficient. When the teacher counted the number of people, he found out that he was missing and died of rescue. The prosecutor and police determined that it was an accidental drowning, and will clarify whether the kindergarten and the teacher were negligent. News highlights: an EVA Air flight attendant fell ill on duty and unfortunately died after returning to Taiwan. Physician Zhang Guanyu pointed out that this case is similar to the severe situation of influenza S, and if medical treatment is more active and MedLink telemedicine support is activated, the results may be different. He emphasized that MedLink can be connected to ground medical guidance in real time, but many people are afraid to use it and miss the opportunity for treatment, calling on the aviation industry to strengthen publicity and pay attention to employee health and safety. News highlights: when foreign YouTuber jerry-rigged everything tested the Google Pixel 10 Pro Fold, the phone broke the screen during the reverse bending test, and then the battery exploded and smoked. While the test is beyond the scope of normal use, battery explosions still raise safety concerns. Previously, Pixel series phones did not have this problem, and it is unclear whether the cause of the explosion was caused by extreme testing or a defect in the battery itself. News highlights: Lay Airfus new sauerkraut fish meal instant noodles unexpectedly set off a craze. Netizens shared that the sourness was enough and the soup was rich, and some even called it better than Diamond sauerkraut fish. Some stores are out of stock. Lay Airfus said that from October 1st, the whole Taiwan will be replenished one after another, and the second discount will be launched, and the public is advised to call to confirm the inventory first. News highlights: the price of gold continued to hit new highs, breaking through $4,100 per ounce, about NT $12.5, for the first time on the 14th, and once touched $4,179.48 during the session. The analysis pointed out that it was mainly driven up by expectations of U.S. interest rate cuts, Sino-US trade tensions, central bank buying, and ETF capital inflows. Many banks predict that the price of gold may reach $5,000 per ounce, about NT $15.3, in 2026. News highlights: after mainland actor Yu Hao fell to his death from a building in early September, it was reported on the internet that Fan Sheki, who was also a happy boy, was involved in the case, and even a confession post was deleted in a short period of time but was still screenshot and went viral, causing fierce criticism from netizens. After being attacked for posting on the Mid-Autumn Festival, his studio announced the cancellation of the Chengdu concert on the 18th. Recently, Fan Sheki appeared at the airport, with sharp eyes and refusal to shoot, which is very different from the image of generosity and people-friendly in the past. News highlights: because the house is over 40 years old, there have been more than 30 murders in the past 43 years, and it is listed as one of the 4 major ghost buildings in Taipei City, and the Taipei City government plans to demolish and rebuild it in 2026. Numerologist Gao Yulan analyzed that the building is located at the turn of the Tomsui River to form an anti-Bao demon, facing Zhongxiao West Road, and there is a knife shat, and the land temple is located above the driveway, which may have already left the gods, which is easy to attract wandering spirits, explaining the frequent occurrence of supernatural events. News highlights: Chen Ji, the founder of Cambodia's Prince Group, was indicted by the U.S. Department of Justice and the Treasury Department on the 14th, accusing him of fraud, money laundering and forced labor, and freezing his holdings of about 127,271 bitcoins, market value of about $150 billion, setting the largest crypto asset seizure case in the history of the U.S. Department of Justice. In the sanctions list, it was accidentally discovered that 9 Taiwanese companies and 3 Taiwanese women were named, of which 8 companies were registered in the same mansion in Taipei's Dan District, and the person in charge was all surnamed Lin. News highlights: the Kuomintang chairman election will be voted on the 18th, and former Taipei Mayor Hao Longbin, former legislators Zhang Luan and Luo's Haiqiang are all popular candidates. With 3 days to go until the vote, Taipei Mayor Zhang Wanan expressed his support for Hao Longbin. Hao Longbin shared his meeting with Zhang Wanan on Facebook, pointing out that Zhang Wanan believes that the Kuomintang needs generational unity, and believes that Hao Longbin is steady and pragmatic, can build consensus, and has reasonable characteristics and has the ability to lead the Kuomintang to face the challenges of the 2026 local elections and the 2028 central elections. Hao Longbin also thanked Zhang Wanan for his trust, saying that he would unite the whole party with his original intention and determination, let generations stand side by side, and create new hope for the Republic of China. News highlights: Chinese actor Yu Hao fell to his death on September 11th, and the police set the tone as a drinking accident, but there are still suspicions on the internet. Recently, some netizens broke the news that Beijing's 798 Art Museum is suspected to have been the place where he was imprisoned during his lifetime, displaying pink jackets and shoes similar to his clothes during his lifetime, and even some dried corpse specimens are suspected to be similar to the late actor Chia Ren Liang and the martial monk Xu Feng. The 3 agents are all Dujiang, which has sparked discussions and fears among fans and netizens about the possible conspiracy behind the death, and the 798 Art Museum has not yet responded. News highlights: lung cancer has become the leading cause of cancer death in Taiwan, and lung adenocarcinoma is particularly dangerous. In the 2013 health checkup at National Taiwan University, 12 out of 300 doctors over the age of 45 suffered from early-stage lung cancer, a rate of 4%, far exceeding the national average in Taiwan. The early symptoms of lung adenocarcinoma and pancreatic cancer are not obvious, and it is recommended that high-risk groups undergo regular low-dose computed tomography, LDCT, for early detection. News highlights from today, 15th, to Friday. The whole of Taiwan will be cloudy and hot, with thunderstorms in some mountainous areas. Tropical disturbance 96W is about to intensify into typhoon number 24 Fengshen, which may approach Taiwan after Sunday, and the accompanying effect with the northeast monsoon may cause heavy rain in the north, northeast and east, with a slight drop in temperature, with a high temperature of about 33 degrees and a low temperature of about 23 degrees. News highlights: with less than 3 months left in 2025, Soha pointed out that the zodiac dragon, horse and rooster will have a major reversal at the end of the year. Dragon people can gain career breakthroughs and financial luck based on their connections and experience, Horses are full of creativity, and their careers and income are both improved. Rooster people work hard to be recognized, and it is easy to be promoted and expand their income channels. News highlights: Democratic Progressive Party Chairman and President Lai Ching-te recently went south to Taichung to hold a lunch meeting, setting the tone for senior legislator He Xingkun to represent the Green Camp in the 2026 Taichung mayor, possibly against the Kuomintang's Zhang Qichen. Former legislator Cai Qiking expressed respect for the decision of the party's Central Committee and fully supported He Xingkun's candidacy, and denied rumors that he would take over as the general convocation of the party caucus next year. News highlights: Fortunately, a cyclist couple and passers-by stopped it in time, and the police arrived at the scene to deal with it, and the woman was rescued safely, causing social concern about night safety and self-defense. News highlights: When the Chinese official media CCTV recently criticized Taiwan's mobile game Reverse United Front, Beacon Fire for Separatism, the Xiamen Public Security actually blurted out "Kill the Communist Bandits" on August 15 and was broadcast in its entirety, causing Chinese netizens to be stunned. The game team responded humorously, thanking the public security for the unexpected publicity, and also launched the Xiamen Limited Mooncake activity in the game, which sparked heated discussions. News highlights: A 34-year-old EVA Air flight attendant was sick on duty during a flight to Milan at the end of September, and his condition took a turn for the worse after returning to Taiwan, and he unfortunately passed away on the evening of the 10th. The incident triggered a review of the cockpit captain, and the internet celebrity Boss G refuted, believing that the problem lies in the company's leave system and rules, not the cockpit captain personally, and called for a review of the system to protect the health of employees. News highlights: Since its completion in 1982, Taipei's Xining National Residence has had many unnatural deaths, and has been voted by netizens as the Taipei Ghost Building, and the city government will demolish it in 2026 to build social housing. Numerologist Gao Yulan pointed out that the feng shui of the National House is mostly anti-bow evil and knife evil, and the seat of the land temple is unstable, so it is recommended to fill in the light, purify the aisle, and reseat to improve negative energy. News highlights: Kuomintang presidential candidate Hou Longbin put forward the cross-strait political views that Taiwan is not independent, the mainland is not military, which attracted the attention of senior media person Huang Vihan. He pointed out that Taiwan's mainstream public opinion is dominated by the identity of Republic of China and Taiwan, and Chinese is no longer mainstream. In the future, the chairman of the Kuomintang will lead the party's line, but it is still the presidential candidate who really determines cross-strait policy. News highlights: A 20-year-old male college student in Taichung planned to take a leave of absence to serve in the army to stabilize his family due to his poor family, but he was unable to apply for a leave of absence because he could not pay the tuition and miscellaneous fees of 18,662 yuan, and finally went to a dead end. The family questioned the school before informing them afterwards that they could apply for financial subsidies. The school stated that it did not notice the boy's difficulties that day and failed to provide timely assistance, and will improve the student information system and proactively provide resources. News highlights: Hu Hanluan, chairman of Kai Tak Machinery, known as the King of Cranes, has 4 wives and 14 children, and is proud of his career and love. He has been involved in the crane industry since the age of 15 and a half, leading Kai Tak to become one of the top 3 in Asia, with annual revenue exceeding 3 billion. Hu Hanluan revealed that at present, 3 daughters and 1 son have entered the company's grassroots management and gradually took over, and who will take over the tens of billions of empire in the future has attracted much attention. News highlights: People's Party chairman Huang Qiuaqing recently broke the news of secretly filming political opponents, absorbing hackers, and searching for online military meat, causing controversy. Actress Zheng Jiakun pointed out that numerologist Zhou Yingjun predicted 2 months ago that Huang Qiuaqing has only 1 year left, fearing trouble and controversy, and the election will be affected. Netizens lamented the accuracy of the prediction and paid attention to its 2026 new Taipei City mayoral election. News highlights: The Controller General announced the turnover of employees in the industrial and service industries in 2024, with the number of retirees reaching a new high since 2008, about 11.2 thousand, indicating that the baby boomer generation has entered the peak of retirement. 87.1% of employees who quit voluntarily resigned throughout the year, and 4.6% were dismissed or laid off. The average age is 40.5 years old, 34% are over 45 years old, and the labor force is aging year by year, with the highest turnover rate of less than 3 years old, reaching 7.23% under 25 years old. News highlights: The core of future investment is talent. OpenAI founder Sam Altman has become a core figure in the AI industry due to his cooperation with technology giants such as Nvidia, AMD, and AVGO. The 40-year-old was the short-term CEO of Reddit and the CEO of Y Combinator, and OpenAI's valuation has soared to $5,000 billion, and it will exceed 1 trillion yuan after the IPO. His recent trip to Asia has deployed the AI supply chain, which is undoubtedly a key figure influencing the global technology and investment landscape. News highlights: U.S. President Trump's tariff policy has caused high uncertainty in the global economy. Higher, a senior policy analyst at the Heritage Foundation, a think tank in Washington, pointed out that Trump's high tariffs on imported goods are ultimately borne by American companies and consumers, and some companies have even filed legal proceedings to challenge this policy. The court found that Trump's invocation of the International Emergency Economic Powers Act as the basis for tariffs was illegal, and the Trump administration has appealed to the Supreme Court. News highlights: former U.S. Secretary of Commerce Ross warned that China's expansion of rare earth controls may impact the U.S. high-tech and defense industries and may trigger a blockade of Taiwan. China controls the global supply and processing of rare earths, and U.S. companies will find it difficult to be self-sufficient in the short term. News highlights: the election for the nomination of the Japanese Prime Minister will be held on October 21, and the Constitutional Democratic Party actively lobbied the National Democratic Party and the Restoration Association to form an anti-LDP alliance to challenge LDP President Sani Takaichi. If the three parties successfully form an alliance, party rotation will be achieved, but policy differences and wait-and-see reforms will still make the results full of variables. News highlights: the dam of the dammed lake in Hualien's Matayan Creek collapsed, causing flooding in Guangfu Township and the Atamo tribe. Brother Chen and his wife abandoned their home to escape, and their home and life's hard work were burnt down, resulting in a loss of more than 200 yuan. The two once slept on the streets, but fortunately, volunteers helped clean up and still faced the post-disaster reconstruction with an optimistic attitude. News highlights: near Nanjing Sanmin Station in Songshan District, Taipei, a woman in her 20s was pulled from behind and forced to take off her pants after taking out garbage late at night by a 59-year-old man surnamed Su, but was forcibly stopped by passers-by and riders. The police arrived at the scene and brought Su Nan back and sent him to the police for the crimes of forcible indecency, public indecency, and sexual harassment. News highlights: NVIDIA DGX Spark personal AI supercomputer was launched today, 15th. Equipped with MediaTek's GB10 Grace Blackwell superchip in collaboration with NVIDIA, providing up to 1 PFLOP AI computing power, which can run ultra-large AI models locally, supporting prototyping, fine-tuning and inference. DGX Spark's low-power design is suitable for desk use, and is expected to promote the development of AI in various industries and contribute to MediaTek's performance. News highlights this week: 10/15-10/17, Taiwan stocks opened IPO subscriptions for Royal Coca-Cola, 7,791, Yute International, 7,716, and Lightspeed Rocket, 7,782. The underwriting price of Royal Coca-Cola is 72 yuan, and you can earn nearly 2.2 yuan if you win one ticket. The underwriting price of Lightspeed Rocket is 32.5 yuan, and the profit is about 7,000 yuan. The underwriting price of Yute International is 21 yuan, and you are expected to earn 8,500 yuan if you win the lottery. News highlights: EVA Air flight attendant died after returning to Taiwan sick from work, causing the labor union to criticize the unfavorable treatment of sick leave. Minister of Labor Hong Shenhan said that the fine is too low and will discuss with local governments to increase the punishment, and also emphasized that sick leave should not affect full attendance bonuses, performance appraisals, and shift schedules. The Civil Aviation Administration of China requires Evergreen to thoroughly review SOPs and leave systems to protect the rights and interests of employees and prevent similar tragedies from happening again. News highlights: Honhai Chairman Liu Yanggui reviewed in his opening speech at Taiwan Week that from its listing in 1991 to 2024, Honha's revenue has increased by nearly 3,000 times, profits have increased by 750 times, and the cumulative cash dividends have reached 850 billion yuan. The group's global workforce once reached 130, but now it is about 93, and the manpower is reduced by 15% every year due to automation. Liu Yanggui emphasized that the capital market helps Honha's global layout and growth, while taking into account financial discipline and shareholder feedback. News highlights: OpenAI founder Sam Altman is regarded as one of the world's most critical talents, and at the age of 40, he attracted huge investment and cooperation from NVIDIA, AMD, AVGO, etc., and his stock price soared, and he personally visited TSMC and Honhai to lay out the AI supply chain. OpenAI's valuation has reached $5,000 billion, and it may exceed 1 trillion yuan after the IPO, and Altman is becoming a superstar who influences the world. News highlights: Tesla used nearly $1 trillion to keep Musk. At the same time, OpenAI founder Sam Altman has attracted huge investments from NVIDIA, AMD, AVGO, etc., and has laid out the AI supply chain in Asia. The 40-year-old Altman has become a core figure in global AI, with OpenAI valued at $5,000 billion and may exceed 1 trillion yuan after the IPO, affecting the world pattern. News highlights: this year, U.S. stocks have repeatedly hit new highs, with many U.S. stock ETFs outperforming Taiwan stock ETFs, with technology and niche industry ETFs such American Samoa 00909 and 00910 rising the most. Market capitalization ETFs are mainly FIHON, Nasdaq, and S&P 500. Newly listed ETFs such as 009811 Unified US 50 and 009813 BlackRock Excellence 50 have attracted attention. Investment strategy suggestions: those who already hold the ETF can reduce their profits. Those who have a long-term fixed amount can continue to invest, and those who have not yet entered the market can buy in batches with a regular fixed amount. News highlights: the 2025 Chinese Professional Taiwan Tournament will start on October 18. CITIC Brothers will play against Lottie Peach Ape, adopting a best-of-7 system, and CITIC Brothers can hold up to 5 games with home advantage. Tickets will be on sale from October 15, and will ITV and DAZN will broadcast the games, and some tickets will come with jerseys and cheering gifts. News highlights: Century, 5,314, and Xinlai, 4,303, publicly acquired 60% of the shares of Nebula, 8,047, at 16 yuan per share, a discount of 46.4%, during the acquisition period from 10/16 to 11/4. This move marks that Shanjiao Group has stepped into the new blue ocean of AI and drones, and uses Nebula technology to lay out semiconductor processes and laser micromachining, deepen the integration of electronic components, and promote the three-axis development of technology and manufacturing and application. News highlights: in response to the controversy over EVA Air's flight attendant leave system, He Shuping, director of the Civil Aviation Administration, said that he had sent personnel to understand the company's flight and notification management on the spot, and found that the captain had not received relevant information, and asked EVA Air to comprehensively review the operating process and leave system, and will cooperate with the Ministry of Labor to improve to ensure that flight safety and employee rights and interests are taken into account, and continue to track the follow-up improvements. News highlights: on the 15th, Jingshuo, 3,189, rose to a daily limit of 134.5 yuan, Nandian, 8,046, lit up to 281.5 yuan, and Xingxing, 3,037, rose more than 7%, becoming the leader of the PCB community. Foreign investors pointed out that the prices of ABF and BT carrier boards have risen sharply since October, reflecting a signal that supply exceeds demand in the future, and high-end ABF production capacity may be tight in 2026, and Xingxing's revenue will continue to reach new highs. News highlights: NVIDIA's BiceHike headquarters originally locked in T17 and T18 land, but due to integration blockages, the Taipei city government proposed T12 as an alternative. Experts pointed out that T12 has many problems, including many landlords and complex property rights. The Central 89 lot number is particularly tricky, difficulty in the development of superficial rights, and the buyout cost is as high as 287.321 billion yuan, and the base design has been completed for T17 and T18. News highlights: housewives often cook more meals for their families, causing overnight dishes to be heated repeatedly. Chonggung nurse Tan Dunsai recommends buying in small quantities, cooking in small quantities, and adopting a rationing system to avoid leftovers. Leftovers should be properly refrigerated and eaten within 2 days, and soups above 500 C need to be boiled and then iced to reduce bacteria, nutrient loss, and cardiovascular burden. News highlights: zucchini, commonly known as zucchini, is low-calorie, high-fiber, rich in vitamins and trace elements, and can be eaten whole with belt seeds. Native to northern Italy, Taiwan is mostly planted in the Tainan Plain and mountainous areas. It has a refreshing taste and is suitable for stir-frying, grilling, frying, and can also be grated as low-carbon noodles, which is nutritious and delicious. News highlights: Wang Yushuan of the Democratic Progressive Party called it a united front tool, but the writer Wandering Island pointed out that the song echoes the voice of folk life and resonates with it, not a united front, but a democratic propaganda divine comedy, and the reason for banning singing is ridiculous. News highlights: AI giant Huida originally planned to set up headquarters in BiceHike T17 and T18, but because Xinjiao was unwilling to release superficial rights, the Beijing city government proposed a consensual termination plan. New party lawmaker Ho Hanting said that as long as Huida is willing to make up the amount required by Xinjiao to ensure that the Beijing city government does not lose money, it still needs permission from the central government and the endorsement of the parliament, and the process may be boycotted by lawmakers to affect the progress. News highlights: US President Trump warned that tariffs of up to 100% on Chinese goods could be imposed as soon as November 1, in response to China's restrictions on rare earth exports. U.S. Trade Representative Greer pointed out that rare earths are crucial to the U.S. defense, technology, and semiconductor industries, and the United States cannot accept Beijing's control of the global high-tech supply chain, and emphasized that it will promote supply chain reshoring and reduce dependence on China, while maintaining communication with China to seek solutions. News highlights: the Taiwan Affairs Office of the Mainland State Council announced that it will expand the scope of the port of landing for Taiwan residents to all eligible ports, whether it is direct flights or entry through Hong Kong, Macau, and third countries. Taiwan compatriots can apply for a valid Taiwan compatriot permit to enter the country. This move aims to enhance convenience and security, promote cross-strait personnel exchanges and cooperation, and help the peaceful and integrated development of cross-strait relations. News highlights today, 15th, it will be cloudy to sunny everywhere. Only the north coast of Keelung and the Hengchun Peninsula will have sporadic brief showers, and in the afternoon there will be thunderstorms south of Chi and local mountainous areas, with high temperatures generally reaching 31 to 35 degrees, and the northern and central and southern inland areas can reach more than 36 degrees. Meteorological expert Lin Dean pointed out that the tropical disturbance 96W near Guam may develop into a typhoon Fengshen, and the U.S. model shows that the path passes through the Bass Strait, increasing the chance of landing in Taiwan, regardless of whether the typhoon makes landfall or not. The combined effect of the typhoon and the northeast wind from Sunday to next Wednesday, 19th to 22nd, will bring significant rainfall, and special precautions are required in the northern and eastern halves. News highlights: recently, a 34-year-old Evergreen flight attendant died suddenly after returning to Taiwan for medical treatment while feeling unwell while on duty, which attracted attention. It is rumored that she suffers from the rare autoimmune disease Still's disease, but Lin Shibi, a former infectious disease physician at National Taiwan University, said that the doctor only suspected it in the early stage, and the follow-up examination was not confirmed. The flight attendant eventually died of multiple organ failure, but this phenomenon can be caused by a variety of diseases and is not unique to Still's disease. Lin emphasized that if the disease is properly controlled, the overall prognosis is still good, and it is difficult to diagnose and other diseases need to be ruled out, so it should not be overly misunderstood. News highlights: mainland actress Zhao Lucy's reappearance in the drama Let Me Be Dazzling was well received, but recently due to physical discomfort she was unable to record her lines, which caused the behind-the-scenes voice actor Zhang Menjiu to break the news that in order to maintain the consistency of her voice in the play, she dubbed the whole play from beginning to end, although she did not use her voice throughout the whole process. Zhang Menjiu emphasized respect for Zhao Lucy's acting skills and hoped that the audience would pay attention to the play itself. News highlights: a tragedy occurred at the child care center attached to Zubei No. 1 kindergarten in Hsinchu on October 8, when a 1.5-year-old girl accidentally fell into an ecological pool and drowned. The person in charge of the kindergarten choked up and apologized on the 15th, expressing great guilt and self-blame, and was willing to take responsibility in accordance with the law, and took the initiative to suspend business to assist in relocating children, and at the same time fully cooperated with the prosecutor's investigation, emphasizing that he would face the incident with a humble attitude and comfort the traumatized family. News highlights: a male college student surnamed Lee in Taichung went to serve in the army first because of his poor family background, but was told that he had to pay 18,000 yuan in tuition fees. The school responded that according to the regulations of the Ministry of Education, 1/3 of the tuition fee must be paid first for the leave of absence after the start of the semester. News highlights: the Kuomintang presidential election will be held on the 18th, and candidate Hao Longbin and media person Zhao Xiaokong previously accused of being interfered with by overseas internet forces. National Security Bureau Director Tsai Ming-jian said that after the investigation, it was found that there were a large number of videos discussing the Kuomintang chairman election on TikTok and YouTube, of which more than half of the YouTube accounts were from overseas, but the current law lacks clear regulations on the infiltration of domestic political party elections by foreign forces. Tsai Ming-jian pointed out that there have been interministerial meetings to discuss strengthening relevant legal systems, including the anti-osmosis law, basic law on artificial intelligence, public security administration law, etc., and hopes that the Legislative Yuan and the ruling and opposition parties can further discuss the amendment of the law. News highlights: Taipei Mayor Zhang Wanren recently expressed his support for Hao Longbin's candidacy for the chairman of the Kuomintang, saying that Hao is steady and pragmatic, can build consensus, has reasonable characteristics, and can lead the Kuomintang to stabilize and unite and continue to move forward. Hao Longbin recalled that the two had a friendship for many years, and had supported each other since Zhang Wanren first ran for legislator in 2015, and worked happily together in the 2022 Taipei mayoral election. Hao pointed out that Chang believes that the Kuomintang needs generational unity, and Hao's past experience in central, local, and municipal administration is sufficient to cope with the difficult elections in the future, and emphasized that the Kuomintang's primary goal is to win the local elections in 2026 and regain power in the central government in 2028. Hao thanked Chang for his trust and promised to lead the Kuomintang forward with his original intention and determination. News highlights: affected by the tightening of visas for U.S. students, Disney came to Taiwan for the first time in 15 years to recruit interns, choosing Kaohsiung Catering University to cooperate with 20 students with TOEIC scores of 650 or above to intern in the United States, covering restaurant services, gift sales, and park guidance, and providing salaries, dormitories, and internship certificates, demonstrating the international competitiveness of Taiwan's hospitality education. News highlights: Hualien Guangfu Township was severely damaged by the overflow of the dammed lake, and post-disaster reconstruction requires a 3R strategy: stabilize the social system in the restoration stage, connect local and NPO training in the restoration stage, promote local revitalization and sustainable economy in the restoration stage, and rebuild resilience and hope through community participation and cultural tourism. News highlights: a wanted criminal sexually assaulted a woman occurred at Taipei Main Station on the 9th, and the police arrested the man involved on the spot and transferred it to the district prosecutor's office for investigation. The Taipei Municipal Social Affairs Bureau stated that the perpetrator was not a homeless person, and the case has entered a judicial investigation, calling on the outside world not to link or stigmatize the incident with the homeless community. News highlights Xiao S stopped work due to the sudden death of her second sister Su Ziwan, but Miss Buxidai was once again shortlisted for the 60th Golden Bell Awards Variety Show Host Award, and she will attend the ceremony and recreate the Kangxi group with Cai Kong Yang. A few days ago, she went to Xinyi Cinema in Taipei with her second daughter Lily and a man to watch a movie, and the mother and daughter interacted happily and looked good. News highlights a popular Japanese boy group JO1 member Ohara Zyongshen broke out a cheating scandal, and he pursued the junior sister group when he already had a girlfriend MEI member Shiorise Yuki Ida and tried to calm the incident with money and confidentiality promises. The agency announced that Ohara will stop performing arts activities indefinitely from now on, and Ida will also suspend work at the same time. News highlights Korean star Chae Hyun Chang disclosed his recent situation in the fight against cancer, and recorded the daily life of leukemia treatment in a YouTube video, including blood draw, medication, blood pressure measurement and exercise. He handwrote the blood test values, showing a positive attitude towards the disease, thanking fans for their support, and saying that he would continue to work hard to recover. News highlights on the 9th, a woman was suspected of being drunk and sexually assaulted at Taipei main station, and no one stopped the process for about 10 minutes until a Malaysian tourist called the police, and the police arrested a man surnamed Chu with a criminal record of theft. The incident sparked discussions among netizens about bystander indifference and questioned the security and management of the station. News highlights a diabetic man in Zhejiang, mainland China, accidentally broke the skin due to cutting his toenails, and the wound did not heal for a long time, causing a serious infection, and 10 toes were forced to be amputated in just 2 years. Doctors remind that diabetics are susceptible to infection in foot wounds and should strengthen daily care and seek medical attention in time. News highlights American R&B singer and Grammy Award winner D'Angelo died of pancreatic cancer on October 14 at the age of 51. The family expressed their heartbreak over his passing, thanked him for the musical legacy he left behind, and called on the outside world to respect the privacy of the family and remember the soul singer together. News highlights Chinese actor Yu Hao fell to his death last month at the age of 37, and the suspicious cause of death sparked conspiracy theories. YouTuber Lao Deng said that his mother passed away, but Weibo blogger Rin Baijuan refuted the rumors on the 14th, saying that Yu's mother and family were safe, and called on not to believe rumors or leak family accounts. Rin Baijuan said that he was attacked by netizens for stopping rumors, emphasizing that the relevant revelations were all misinformation. News highlights American soul and R&B legend D'Angelo passed away at the age of 51 due to pancreatic cancer, and his family issued a statement confirming the news, saying that he was still recording a new album before his death and will become a posthumous work. D'Angelo is a representative of neo-soul in the 90s, winning 4 Grammy Awards, famous for Untitled, How Does It Feel, and musicians Doja Cat and Jennifer Hudson have posted condolences. News highlights a 20-year-old student surnamed Li from Chaoyang University of Science and Technology in Taichung came from a poor family and decided to take a leave of absence to take care of his grandfather who had cancer, but was asked to pay 1.8 yuan in tuition and fees and went to a dead end. The school said that Li Sheng did not apply for financial subsidies or explain difficulties, and the personnel did not notice the abnormality, which caused regret. The school emphasizes that it will take the initiative to care for disadvantaged students in the future to prevent the tragedy from happening again. News highlights internet celebrity curator Chen Zhihan said in a live broadcast a few days ago that he cut off Li Qing's dog head, and was reported to the Criminal Bureau for investigation on the basis of inciting others to commit crimes and intimidating and endangering safety. The curator said that he was politically persecuted and emphasized that his remarks were overinterpreted. Some netizens expressed their support, while others mocked the universal celebration, and the incident continued to spark heated discussions. News highlights tropical disturbance 96W is expected to generate typhoon number 24 Fengshen over the weekend, and the models of various countries have different views on the path. The United States predicts that it may approach or invade Taiwan, while the European model favors passing through the Bass Strait or the northern Philippines. The Meteorological Administration reminds that from the 19th to the 21st, the typhoon's peripheral circulation will be accompanied by the northeast monsoon, and heavy rain to heavy rain is likely to occur in the northern, northeastern, and eastern regions. News highlights OpenAI CEO Sam Altman announced that starting in December, ChatGPT behavior restrictions will be relaxed, opening up more creative freedom, including erotic content, to verified adult users. Altman said that OpenAI already has the ability to identify psychological risks and can provide a more flexible interactive experience under the premise of ensuring safety, and the relevant functions will only take effect when the user actively turns them on.